Hello, Suresh Menon here, and welcome to my channel Positivity and Abundance. Let me start with a story, a very personal experience. By the way, if you have not subscribed, please do so now and hit the bell icon to be informed of any future releases in priority. Okay, now to the story. The first time I realized how powerful the sleep state was for manifestation was when I badly needed to buy a piece of equipment for my profession. I was struggling at that point of time, but I knew that I needed this equipment by hook or crook. Else I would lose my edge with my competitors. I tried using affirmations, visualizing, and so many other techniques. And by the way, I'm a filmmaker. That's my profession. So I wanted a piece of camera, an expensive camera. So one day I bumped into a guided hypnosis program, and that night I decided to try it out. I don't remember the name of the person, but it did give me results, and that's why I'm here talking to you. I put on my headphone that night to listen, and I fell asleep almost instantly. So different from the restlessness and squirming in bed that I was used to every night before I actually fell asleep. So, what happened that day? Just before I went to bed, I performed a few simple tasks as I was instructed. That night I had an amazing dream. I was handling this new gizmo that I wanted and using it to generate some sexually appealing visuals for my client. By the way, I did tell you that I'm a filmmaker, so that's my profession. The same dream moved over to a scene where the client was immensely pleased and literally hugging me for the visuals that I had generated for him. This was in my dream. So I was using this new piece of equipment, by the way. I still remember those emotions that were rushing in me and can actually have those goosebumps now on my skin. Right now, I can feel it. The alarm bell went off, and the dream was like an anticlimax as I jumped out of my bed to start another day. This anticlimax actually helped me remember my dream and those wonderful emotions within me. I did not give it a thought after that, as a dream was just meant to be a dream. Why think about it more about it? That evening, I had a get-together with a few friends. There were a dozen of them, or perhaps even more, and around the table, and each person was chatting with another in the group, overhearing someone else, and then making a viewpoint. Then sometimes there was a collective laughter of everyone when someone cracks a joke, or someone spills a drink, or whatever. So it was this type of a conversation. But listen carefully. This is where things got weird. I just couldn't believe it. Suddenly, I overheard a conversation somewhere between two of my friends when one friend was telling another, "Ask Suresh, it may be useful for him." Someone mentioning my name. So I turned towards them, and the friend was telling me that he had received a gift of an equipment from his uncle overseas, which is of no use to him. He asked me if I can help disposing it or giving it to someone who needs it. I asked him what it was. My God, my joy knew no bounds when he mentioned the name of the exact equipment that I needed so badly. I choked. I was stunned. It was goosebumps all over again. I just stared at him and told him as softly as possible in this excitement that I can help him. He thanked me for that. I then told him that I was wanting to buy the very same equipment and asked him what is the price that he wanted me to pay, though I will be able to do it only on a deferred payment basis. He simply laughed at me and said, "Just take it, buddy. I don't want any money for it. It was a gift to me." Imagine, I badly wanted an equipment that I could not afford at that point in time. And here it was, free of cost, absolutely free, not a penny. And guess what? I took it, used the equipment, delivered my final product, And the very same client was so happy that he praised and hugged me in extreme joy. Mind you, that scene was a perfect replay of what I had seen in my dream the other night. It was like, I have seen this, I have experienced this. This is just a repeat. Once again, the same goosebumps all over my body. Now, how did this happen? Had I predicted that this would happen? Or did I manifest it through my sleep? I was confused. Since that day, I have studied the power of sleep. Productive sleep, rather, that's what I would prefer to call it. I have used it more and more for tiny manifestations, and most of the time I had achieved my objective. Interesting, I suppose. Let me share my thoughts on this and provide you with a few tips to practice. How does it all work? The dream state is a non-physical state of awareness. Right? You agree. It's non-physical. While your waking life is a physical state of awareness. I hope you understand the difference. Whenever you shift your focus to the non-physical state of awareness, they could be dreaming, imagination, etc. Manifestation happens. Why and how does it happen? Listen carefully, very, very carefully. The dream state is entirely non-physical. There are no physical energies involved there in order to create something that you desire. Agreed? For instance, you desire to build a new house. You do not actually take the bricks and start building. Instead, you only imagine and visualize yourself building a new home. You agree to that? It is non-physical. If you have experienced a lucid dream, you will clearly understand this concept. You can create things almost instantaneously using nothing but a single thought. On the contrary, in the physical world where we all live in, right now you're watching me in the physical world, we are limited by physical laws. What is needed is to bring back with you the energies and the emotions of the non-physical world back with you to the physical world, and then just sit back as you watch the magic happen. You understand? When you reach the understanding that manifestation within both the physical and non-physical realms are exactly the same game with different rules, you will experience that moment. When we dream something, we picture something, right? This adds a physical thrust towards the realization of the dream that we can then put into the universe. Manifestation from the non-physical into the physical is actually not very different, if you can take the time and effort to understand and experiment with them. Look at it this way. Everything in the world began with a single thought in the mind of one man somewhere on the planet. The car you drive was initially a thought in the mind of one man somewhere on the planet. The mobile phone you are using now, right now, to view this video was initially a single thought in the mind of one man somewhere on the planet. You agree with me? They were non-physical thoughts, effortless thoughts. It was just imagining what if such a thing could be made. These thoughts, the emotions associated with these thoughts, were harnessed by the subconscious mind to manifest while sleeping. What is this powerful connection between sleep and manifestation? I'm sure that all of you would have got bored at some point in time in your lives. I mean, just get bored. The mind goes blank, uninspired to do anything at all, and devoid of any ideas, right? It happens very frequently to me too. Everyone goes through these moments, some occasionally, some frequently. When such situations happen, the best remedy is to take a nap. Just sleep. I mean it. The mind is anyway sulking in dark corners when you feel bored, and it is very easy to just stretch yourself and take a good nap. This puts you back in alignment with who you are and gives you a better chance to find a path of least resistance or non-resistance to continue attracting more of what you want and less of what you don't want. Let me put it in this way. When you sleep, your mind goes to sleep too, which means that you are not interrupted by your ego. You do not judge. At this stage, there is nothing scaring you from taking that short or giant leap towards your desires. When you take a nap, you escape the resistant and doubtful thinking and enables you to return to a much more positive vibe when you awaken. There was one person who asked me about nightmares, those fearful things you see when you sleep at night and you jerk out from your bed. Nightmares are almost always a product of recent negative thoughts and feelings. But that does not mean that they are negative. To be considered as a negative thing. A nightmare that is not lucid, meaning that if it is a nightmare that merely happens to you and you have no control to determine the outcome, is just a download from your subconscious mind. Don't have to worry about it. These are intended to alert you of certain aspects and negativities that you need to get rid of. When you experience a nightmare, ask yourself, what lesson can I draw from this nightmare? Where are those resisting thoughts that need to be dumped? Identify them. What is the resentment that I need to be aware of? What is the anger that I need to release? And so on. Just explore. Nightmares are actually a blessing that seeks to draw your attention to some things that are negative within you and needs to get released. In the next video, I'll be giving you step-by-step instructions on how you can actually manifest during sleep. Small steps that you need to try out. Stay tuned with me and look out for the next video that is coming out very soon. I request you to share this video with your circles and make sure that you have subscribed to this channel. That is all I ask from you. So, till the next video, let me sign out. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Suresh Menon on behalf of my channel, Positivity and Abundance. Thank you.